Hello everyone, welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is not actually my first video, this is the second video. My YouTube channel is called Easily Code, and last time we were talking about coding. We were talking about what coding was all about and why we needed to learn how to code. If you want to know more, please you can watch my other video talking about my first ever video on YouTube talking about it in my page. So just scroll after this video, you get there and you watch why we need to learn how to code. But today we'll be talking about what we need in order to code. What do we need to code? So let's get started. So in order to code, we already saw why we needed to code. So all the reasons we listed, we are proceeding today on knowing what we actually need in order to code. So these are some reasons I came up with in what not sorry these are some of the things I came up with in order for us to know what we needed to code. So to code, we need you the person who wants to code, you the person who needs to code. So we need you. Actually, it's funny, but we need you the human being there present listening to this video. That's a first and major requirement. We need you in order to code. We need you. So the second need for coding is ideas. You after you have learned the programming language, what do you do with them? If you don't have any idea, for example, if you don't have any idea on where to apply that programming language, is kind of useless. It's like learning a language and you don't know who to talk to with. You end up forgetting it. It's the same thing. Because programming language is like driving. You learn how to drive, but you don't have a car. How do you practice your drive your driving? You need to practice it somewhere. So you you learn how what you need to learn how to code. You need ideas. You need to put those skills you accomplish in coding in some ideas. And how to develop ideas, you find problems, you try to fix up things, you see, okay, this thing is wrong, let me fix it. How do you fix it? You use now the code you learn on those problems. On that's how the ideas come about. That's the second thing, the ideas. So the third thing now, which is the very main thing, is a computer. You if you have to come up with computer codes, you need a computer. It could be a desktop or a laptop. All I just know and I have to tell you is you need a computer to know how to code, whether it's yours or it's of a school or it's a borrowed one. All I want to just say is that you need a computer. It could be yours, you could borrow from somebody, you could borrow from your friend. I used to sometime and give him or her back. You could borrow the desktop from your school and use during break, and that's fine. Why once you lay your hands on a computer and in normal conditions, you use that to learn how to code. So the next thing is you need a programming application. In order to learn how to code, you need to code those programming language on a programming application. You need to install that in your machine. So you need to install programming applications in your machine so that you can exercise your coding skills on it, so you can come up with computer application, computer software. So you need to install a programming application where you can actually chip in your programming language there and come up with a good software. And the last thing on the list is the zeal. Guys, in everything in life, you need to have a drive. You need to have the fire in you. You need to have that zeal. You need to want to learn it so that you get to going. It will push you to go ahead. So you need that zeal, you need that fire in you, you need to push up, you need to buckle up so that you know how to code. So these are the 5 main reasons that could lead to that you need. Sorry, these are the 5 things you need to know in order, or you need to have in order to learn how to code. Okay, but before we move to the next thing of today, the main needs, like what you actually need in order to code, I'll emphasize is your computer. That is your screen and your keyboard. It could be a laptop, it could be a desktop. So without the computer, no coding. So you need a computer. This, I cannot emphasize on this. It's like wanting to learn how to drive and you don't have a car. So how do you learn how to drive? Will you be on the bicycle or in a truck? So if you want to learn how to drive a car, you get a car. The same thing if you want to learn how to code or come up with computer softwares, get a computer. That's just it. So I want to briefly explain how a computer functions, just briefly. Before I begin, you can already see here that you have the user, the computer hardware, and the computer software. So before I get to that, let me give a brief story. Okay, when I got my first laptop, when I just got into college and I got my first laptop, it came empty. Like there was nothing inside. When I actually opened the laptop, there was nothing. It was blank. It was just blank. I could not even use it to do anything. So I was told I needed to get a CD which contained Windows XP, which I needed to install inside. And by installing that Windows XP, I need to partition the machine into several parts such that I could have a background on which I can install other applications inside. So with that in mind, it really tells you that without you having just the hardware makes no sense. You having just the computer hardware makes no sense. You can have the hardware, you can have a screen and a keyboard and no software, the computer be useless to you, very useless. So the computer goes hand in hand, the computer hardware goes hand in hand with the computer software that you need to install inside, and with the software you can easily communicate with the user. So this is how I want to, with that brief story in mind, this is what I'm going to explain. So we have a user, which was me, the story I gave before, and then we have the computer hardware, that I had a laptop right in front of me which had a keyboard and a screen, but which was empty. There was nothing inside. If I didn't get this software, this Windows XP CD, and installed it in my laptop, it would have served no purpose for me. It would have just been a piece of hardware standing there like an ornament in my room. So after I'd installed that computer software, which was called Windows XP, it gave some life to my computer. It's like God had breathed some air in the computer, so I was able to see some graphic images. I was able to click and open some pages, some like I would see where I could store my pictures, I could see where I could store my files, I could see where I could download files, I could see where there was really it came with an automatic browser, Windows Explorer, where I could browse online, and so on and so forth. Without that background computer software installed as Windows XP, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with that computer. So that background software that I took the disk and installed the Windows XP there is what is known as a computer system software. That's one type of computer software. It's called the system software. So the system software is like a background software installed in the computer firstly, such that it gives like a background start to your computer. So that you will have the ability to even be able to store pictures in your computer. You have the ability to download with your computer. You have the ability to see even where to click to download. You have the ability to browse using the browser that comes along with the system software, which was Windows XP at the time. And yeah, it gives a background base of software in your computer. Now, if you want to use the computer for a specific purpose, for example, you want to use it for text editing, or you want to use it for graphic design, or you want to use it to edit pictures, or you want to use it to patch up videos or create videos or create content, you need specific applications called application software. These application softwares, you need applications that you have a particular application that serves a particular purpose. For example, Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word, its main function is deals with text. Anything that concerns putting text together, editing it, cropping it, formatting of text. Anything concerning text, putting text orderly in a pleasant, readable manner. That is Microsoft Word. The same thing for Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel has a specific purpose. Calculations, putting up sheets, spreadsheets, calculating. It even goes ahead and does a little bit of coding in it, but we'll not get into that now. So, but the main reason for the Microsoft Excel is what? Calculations. So now we'll go again to pictures, designing pictures or editing videos. We have InShot. So application software, which is a type of computer software, which here we clearly understand that is for specific purpose. It's serve for a specific purpose. So if you don't have a system software in your computer, you cannot install application software. So once you have the system software installed in your computer, that's where you can take now application software. You can have the ability to even go online with your browser and install. If you can decide to change your browser that you have and install a different browser, but that is after you have installed the system software, and install other application software on that system software. So that's just how the computer functions in general. So if you have a computer that is okay, but presently when you buy your laptops or your desktop, when you open, you really see the Windows, or if it's a Windows machine, the Windows system just opens up. Now the factory installs it for you already before selling to you. But in those days, it was not like that. Let me say 10 years back or 12 years back, it was not like that. You get your computer, it was empty. You had to get the disks and install or partition, or if you cannot do it, you get someone to do it for you. You install the system software in the machine before you have the ability to install application software on that system software. I don't know if it's clear. So that's just how it functions. So for the user to have access to have the hardware without the software, it doesn't make sense. So, and you just having just the computer software without the hardware, you can't use it. So that is how the hardware and the software work hand in hand. That's how they're working hand in hand. As they work hand in hand to satisfy satisfy user, which is us, the human, the human beings using this device, which has been so glorious and so helpful to us. So that is that for a brief explanation on how the computer function. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was useful. I hope you understood why, or you understood briefly how the computer functions and what you need to code. So see you in my next subsequent video. Have a nice day. Please subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. welcome to the family. Click on the notification bell below if such that each time I upload any video, you'll be the first to be notified. And comment, like, and share this video. Thank you. Have a blessed day and enjoy your day.